Hi, my name is Ricky and I am a total weather nerd. This is proof. Thunderstorms and tornadoes, I'm there. Earthquakes and tsunamis, I'm there. Hurricanes and tropical storms, I'm there. Snowstorms, you're so boring and I could not give two shits about you, sorry. So I'm pretty sure that every single day for the past week, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, some states, more than some, have gotten tornado watches and tornadoes and just outbreaks every single day for the past week. And of course, when that happens, I get a lot more interested in the weather reports and radars, all of that. And then with the tropical storm Anna here, who has just made landfall in North Carolina, I've been watching a lot of that too. Now, as much as I love learning about these things and tracking these things, I don't like them very much when they actually come to my area. Like the April 2011 tornado outbreaks, that was when I started getting interested in this stuff because that scared the shit out of me. It was actually October 2010 that kind of started it, but it didn't go full throttle until April 2011 because that was so much worse. The storm that had the EF4 Tuscaloosa tornado was the storm that came right over my house, and that was pretty damn scary. I've become so fascinated with it to the point where everybody's telling me that I should become a meteorologist. And of course, when it's known that some sort of outbreak is going to happen here, normally tornado outbreaks, I get this bright idea not only to, track it and, learn what could happen, but to get myself a little bit paranoid and start watching all the documentaries of bad tornadoes that have happened and then get scared. Like a couple of days ago, I was watching Tornado Alley on the Weather Channel, which is the worst channel for weather, but sometimes they have interesting shows. So I was watching the Weather Channel, or Tornado Alley on the Weather Channel, and they had a special episode for the Joplin tornado. I'm pretty sure I've seen this episode at least 3 times, but I never stop watching it. It doesn't matter if I've seen it 5 times, I will watch an episode about tornadoes, about hurricanes, whatever. That tornado became a little bit personal because there was a pretty big YouTuber here that was actually killed by that tornado, and he also graduated the day of that tornado. He got ripped out of his car and he died. So because it was another YouTuber, it got a little bit more personal. So I get a little bit more interested in the Joplin tornado. That said, I just keep watching things, documentaries, and then I cite I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god, we're gonna have a tornado here. It's probably not even gonna be an outbreak. It's not gonna be a PDS. I'm just gonna freak out. It's the same thing with airplanes. Before this year, the last time I was on a plane was in 2012 when my grandma flew us out to California for a week. And the last time I was on a plane before that was either a year before or the year after 9/11, so I was very young and 9/11 didn't exactly register like it does now. So because it's been so long since I've been on a plane, I'm thinking, oh shit, something's gonna happen on this plane. And instead of thinking, Ricky, everything is going to be fine, you are going to have a very safe flight, which we did, I decided to watch the 9/11 movie twice the weekend before our flight. Twice. The weekend before my Toronto flight last month, you know what I did? I watched Volcano vs. Airplane. And that was a shit ton more scary than any airplane movie, any airplane weather disaster movie I've ever seen. Extremely unrealistic, but my brain does not care. I don't know why, I just keep watching things like this. One, because I'm so freaking interested in them, the weather, the disaster stuff. Like I mentioned before, I love crime-related things, even if they're completely terrible and scary. I love watching them. And because I love watching them, I end up getting so scared, but I can't stop watching them. I always joked that if I was actually a meteorologist, if a tornado warning was actually happening, instead of being calm, cool, and collected like they're supposed to be, I would probably just freak out on live television. Maybe. Being interested in this kind of meteorology is so cool, but so scary at the same time. It's not like, oh, tornadoes, awesome, they kill people, they destroy things. Hell yeah, it's just, they look so cool, and when you find out the information on how they form and whatever, it's so cool. But then when it actually does bad things, that's not so cool. So on the bright side, in a way, I did turn something that I was so petrified of into something that became a hobby, and it's something really cool to learn about. Oh, funny story. This was actually during the April 2011 outbreak, I think, or maybe the next outbreak after that, because WSOC-TV was doing their jobs and stuff, you know, they're on TV and they're on the computer doing something else. Of course, then the important thing that you need to do is you need to stay on social media. At least get somebody on the team on social media, because some people don't watch cable or they don't have cable. So you gotta alert them on social media as well and answer questions. And well, since sometimes when those people are busy, some of us that know a little bit of what we're talking about, we answer questions. So if somebody's like, is there a warning for this, or is there a watch for this, or you know what's going on, I and a couple of other people were answering those questions, because you want to help as many people as you can when something as bad as this is happening. So what ended up happening was I ended up getting blocked from WSOC-TV Facebook page. I was so confused. I was sitting here thinking, why are you banning those of us that are helping other people out? Other people like Brad Panovich encourages this kind of stuff. If he's busy or if the other guy's busy, you get somebody else to help. But I started expressing to Steve, and he went, well, what are you doing? And Steve has also banned me from his Twitter. I cannot follow him. I cannot see his tweets. I always laugh at that story. That story is a really funny story. Whenever I tell people, yeah, I got banned from the meteorologist weather page, and they're like, how the hell did that happen? I never get to talk about the weather that much, at least not until April, springtime comes around, because that's when the weather that I'm always interested in starts happening. Tornado outbreaks and then hurricane season. Like now, hurricane season has now started a month early. And it started with a storm that is so weak it's not interesting to talk about. I need more weather nerd friends in my life. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to ramble on a little bit. It's been on my mind and I just wanted to talk about it. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!